Can you show me so in the future? It was just a drum.
Yeah, I was making music on the stage. It didn't make any sense to me. What's going on? What's going on?
I am PA today. I know, he's not there. But they're telling me. So, should I just use my wired mic? Or am I switching between wired and handheld? So, there you are. Hello. Yeah, so I'm PA.
Okay, cool.
So am I staying on my wired mic or switching between wired and handheld? This is not a good idea for me today.
If it's easy for you to just use your mic, that's great.
But you have to take the reverb off.
Yeah, so I can use the handheld.
For sure, yeah,
And
that
then
works too.
Reverend Elizabeth can use this for the poem.
Okay.
What's that?
Oh, I was just going to say, I should.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'll just keep this at my seat.
Cool.
That way I can.
The only time we do need it for meet and greets though. So,
That's fine.
yeah, we get it. If you,
Because I'm the one doing the announcement for throwing everybody to meet and greet in the first place.
so after you do that, and you,
Because you have me introducing community.
right.
Who's sending
Or
it?
since for someone else to introduce community and I
Why
will
don't
go
I come
after
up and
that?
introduce community, and you can pass this off to, what I'm trying to figure out is who we hand this to after you're finished with using it.
Who's handing it back to you as far as let's go back to Ken on stage today?
Well, she can
I
get the
can do
handheld
that.
again from there because the
So,
handheld
no,
will get
so
on here.
I want to be clear.
Yeah,
You are,
that should be me, so.
yeah, I can do the throwback to Ken on stage.
So then you just
Or
bring
like
this
at
with you
point.
when you come to here.
So you'll be over there anyway. Yeah.
Here's the challenge. You're doing the opening, you and
Me.
Reverend Elizabeth. And then I'm picking up after the poem, which takes us into the community song. And then I will pick everybody to meet and greet, and then I'll keep it.
And then you bring it back here. I'll come back here and say hi to everybody. Open this. By the time you get back here, you make a beeline. You bring it, then you give the microphone to someone else, and then you close it, and you have the mic again.
Let me see, you know how to turn that on, right? Okay, I don't know. Just making sure.
This one,
Yeah.
I looked at it.
Okay.
So it's muted now, so.
Has batteries.
No, I should have batteries. Go see? Should be working. There we go. Cool.
Music team. Don't look. Mars, darling. You record everything, and you'll know when.
Do 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 do.
A little bit of the second one, maybe. Just a little.
Welcome, Unity San Francisco.
Good morning.
Looks like we still have 3 minutes.
Just kidding.
Good morning, everyone. Service will be beginning shortly.
Are we on downstairs?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're downstairs, this is your 2
Come
minute
on up.
warning.
Get
2
on up.
minute warning before joy and just beautiful musical things begin to happen in the sanctuary.
Get on
2
up.
minute warning.
Get on up.
Good morning, good morning. Come on in. This is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes before this plane begins our ascension.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. Where? I'm gonna work on your microphone, Marty. I'm gonna convert it to a wireless mic.
Don arigato.
Is this what we're singing? I am one with the universe. Pray, pray.
60 seconds. 6 seconds. 60 seconds. 6 seconds. 60 seconds.
60 seconds
and then
until
we're
the fun.
59.
Any old school hip hop fans?
59.
No one? No one?
59.
Seriously?
It's the band. They don't get pressure.
Hi, Dale. All right, welcome to Unity San Francisco,
Got the drum solo.
the city de Saint Francis. It is 11:55. We are going to begin our pre-show. Good
Pre-show.
morning, Unity San Francisco. We believe here at Unity that there is one power and one presence active in the universe, and if that is a true statement, then one power and one presence means that we are what? One. So one more time. If there's one power and one presence active in the universe, then that means that what? We are
One.
Yes. So we have an affirmation. I will say it once. You're going to repeat it after me. I am one with the universe and all living things.
I am one with the universe and all living things.
I am spirit. No,
I
I am
am
one.
spirit.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I am one. I
I
am
am-
spirit from which all life springs. This is why you shouldn't read and do this at the same time.
I am one. I am spirit from which all life springs.
One power, one presence, active as me.
One power, one presence, active as me.
I am one in and of everything.
I am one in and of everything.
Let's dance. I was serious. Let's dance. Here we go.
I am one with the universe and all living things. I am one, I am spirit from which all life springs. One power, one presence, active as me. I am one in and of everything. I am one with the universe and all living things. I am one, I am spirit from which all life springs. One power, one presence, active as me. I am one in and of everything. I am one with the universe and all living things. I am one, I am spirit from which all life springs. One power, one presence, active as me. I am one in and of everything. Hey.
Short
Are we
but
awake?
sweet.
Let's party. Go.
Come on, y'all. Hey, hey. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Come on. I said time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Fly like an eagle. Fly right into the future. I wanna feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. I wanna shoe the children with no shoes upon their feet. I want to house the people who are living in the street. You know there's a solution. We can fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly right into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I said time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. So let's all fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. We're gonna fly right into the future. We're gonna fly to the sea. I'll let my spirit carry me. We all can fly right into the future. Hey, hey. Come on now, fly right into the future. Fly like an eagle. Fly to the sea.
In a sky full of people, only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
In a world full of people, only some will survive. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
In a sky full of people, only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy?
We know that's crazy.
In a world full of people, only some will survive. Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy, so we got to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly right into the future. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Fly like an eagle. Fly right into the future.
Woo! Welcome. Thank you, guys. That was amazing. It was like 1970s, right? It was like taking a trip back to the 70s.
So much fun.
I liked it. I liked it very much. Hi.
Hi.
For those of you I haven't met, my name is Reverend Ken Daigle. I am the senior minister here, and this is Reverend Elizabeth Haker.
Nice to be here,
Yeah.
guys.
Elizabeth runs our sound meditation every Sunday morning and is also one of the facilitators of the Peace in the Midst meditation that we do every week as well. And today we're talking about a couple different things. I wanted to have Elizabeth up here because she's an expert at it. She's a hospice chaplain as part of her day job. And I'm experiencing a lot. Hi there. Hi, welcome to everybody online. We're glad to have you guys all here. And we're going to wait till they fix that. There we go. So we are delighted that you're here online and here in person. I've experienced a lot of loss this week.
We all have.
Yeah.
We all have.
Yeah,
It's part of the fabric of living. Nobody gets out without loss.
None. A good friend of mine, I've mentioned her here in a talk a while back, Reverend Joy Weiler. A towering figure is how we refer to her. She had a rare form of dwarfism, was literally 3 feet tall, but a lawyer and advocate, and served with me on the Unity World Headquarters Board. And as I was traveling to Unity Village last week, she made her transition.
So it was a shock. And my uncle passed away 2 weeks ago. And hey, I swear the new microphones are ordered, so we're gonna hold on to that.
And Karen.
And Karen, and that's right, that's kind of thing
Yeah,
too.
and
So my
Karen.
another uncle passed away on Thursday, and on Friday we did Karen's internment. Karen Ray, one of our members, passed away last month. We did her internment on Friday, and Elizabeth, I, and Misa were facilitating her celebration of her life yesterday.
We had fun.
We did.
The Methodists didn't know what hit them.
We were in the Methodist church in Napa, and they were all sitting there like going, ha.
But then they tried to poach Misa. We stopped it right away.
They did. They literally ran up to Misa after this memorial service and said, you can come sing here anytime you want.
And we
I said,
"Ah,
she's
no,
not
no, no."
available. And so we did have a beautiful ceremony. One of the things I did at the internment, one of my colleagues at Unity Village, when we did a memorial service for Joy this week, found this poem, a Maya Angelou poem, and I read it at the graveside for Karen. And we thought we'd start today with this poem. Lisa.
It's particularly beautiful because it's written by Maya Angelou, which was one of the early members of this church. And it says, when great trees fall. It's particularly perfect for a person maybe that was short. It could be a great tree. She was a great tree. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil in silence, their senses eroded by fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, and sterile. We breathe briefly, our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memories suddenly sharpened examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die, our reality bound to them takes leave of us. Our soul dependent upon their nurture, now shrink wizened. Our minds formed and informed by their radiance fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. When a great soul dies, after a period, peace blooms, slow and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of electric, soothing vibration. Our senses, restored, never to be the same, whisper to us. They existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed.
Let me run through a field in the night. Let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree. Let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on a sea. Wish me on my way through the dawning day. I wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spill, wanna grow on a grove on the side of a hill. I don't care if the train runs late, if the checks don't clear, if the house blows down. I'll be off where the weeds run wild, where the seeds fall far from this earthbound town. And then I'll start to soar. Watch me rain till I pour. I'll catch a ship that will sail me astray. Get caught in a wind, I'll just have to obey till I'm flying away. Let me leave behind all the clouds in my mind. I want to wake without wondering why, finding myself in a burst for the sky. All control. I want to float like a wish in a well, free as the sound of the sea in a shell. I don't know, maybe I'm just a fool. I should keep to the ground, I should stay where I'm at. Maybe everyone has hunger like this, and this hunger will pass, but I can't think like that. All I know is somewhere there's a clearing, there's a flickering of sunlight on a river long and wide, and I have such a river inside. Let me run through the field in the night, let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree, let me swirl like a storm in a cloud on the sea. Wish me on my way through the dawning day. I wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spill, wanna grow on the side of a hill, wanna shift like a wave rolling on, wanna drift from this path I've been traveling on before I am gone.
So we take this moment to breathe into this prayer, into this desire to shift, to move on. For the life we are living right here and right now is the life that our current thinking has brought us, created in us. That desire implanted in that song and in that poem is to shift, to allow, to celebrate the truth of who we really are. So we take this moment in our opening prayer to affirm that there is so much more for us to do, so much more for us to experience, so much more for us to allow. So we open ourselves to the divine presence right here within us and everywhere around us. We vow to shift, to move, to soar beyond what seems to be our limit, to break through to the divinity, the wholeness, the health, the love that we truly are. We don't know how. We don't have to know how. All we do in this moment is breathe, envision, and allow. For this is the day that we move, we shift, and we soar. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
before I turn it over to Misa, I'm going to go backwards and talk about, on the slide deck, where is it? Okay, there it is. Spiritual Tools for Loss and Change. It's a bereavement support group that Reverend Elizabeth is leading. It'll be Friday, December 2nd from 5 to 7 here in the sanctuary. It is an in-person group for the necessity of that personal interaction. So if you'd like to know more about it, see Reverend Elizabeth after service today. Thank you. Lisa. Hi.
Hi, family. So I am your PA today. For those of you who don't know me, I am the music minister of you. I'm gonna say it again. I'm the music minister. I had to learn how to stand in my titles. So I'm the music minister here at Unity San Francisco, and we have a number of ways to stay in prayerful space, to reinforce ideas, concepts, practices, and also just sometimes you need to just get still, right? You just need to stop and take inventory. And we have several ways we can help you with that. We have our Shelter in Grace morning sound meditations, Sunday mornings right here with our fabulous Reverend Elizabeth Hagar, running beautiful sound bowls and chimes and just setting a lovely soundscape for you to drop into consciousness. We also have Peace in the Midst, which is Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:15. It's a bite, just a little snack of meditative joy in your work week, right? Right at the top of your lunch break. Get settled, refocus. We also have meditation on demand. As your schedule allows, take those moments to reconnect, reinforce, regroup, and reaffirm whatever lessons, whatever practices, whatever you're currently processing through. Take those moments. We have an on-demand catalog, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Hey, watch the whole service again. Whatever you need to fill your spirit, to fill your energy, to refill your tank. All right? We also have a spiritual connection card. So you can look, if you're online, there will be a link dropped into the chat on Facebook, YouTube. If you are on our website, you can click on the Spiritual Connection card link. If you're in the room and you do not have a bulletin, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. And one of our fabulous assistants, actually, she is a vice president of our board, Miss Elaine, she will be happy to bring you a bulletin. So we're gonna take care of a little bit of housekeeping. If you're online, you're clicking, you're typing. I'm gonna give you a second. If you are a first-time guest, there is a place to indicate that in the bulletin on the Spiritual Connection card. If you're in the room, we would love to have a moment where we can connect with you. You can see myself or Rev Ken or any member of the board or staff. If you're online, there's also a place where you can put, and we have a lovely gift for you. Please let us know so we can get that to you either electronically, and actually, where are you? You're over here. Hi. Either electronically, or if you're in person, we have something we'd like to give you. All right, we're moving into our time of interactive meet and greet. This is that time where we dance together. We've already done that. We're going to do it again. Where we dance together and we sit in community and we catch up. But we do it with a song. So as you are willing and able, I want you to get on your feet and let's all sing the Unity San Francisco version of I Release and I Let Go.
Does it seem nowadays that nothing goes your way and things just never turn out right? Like no matter what you do, it never works for you, and you also will fight. So first let me say, there's a better way if you make a brand new start. There's good coming to you. All you gotta do is open up your heart. Now stop and just breathe in. Quit this thinking. Know that you have been abundantly provisioned. Trust and believe it. You can receive it. Affirm this with me and say, I release and I let go. I release and I let go. I release and I let go. Oh yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I release and I let go. I release and I let go. Oh yes, and I let go. Go, go. I release and I let go. Go, go. I release and I let go. Oh yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife, no more trauma in my life. All that pain I left behind. Oh yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for. Yes, I'm only here for. Yes, I'm only here for God. Awesome. We have reached our time of a meet and greet. Please greet your neighbor with a handshake or a hug. Please respect social distancing. Happy Sunday.
Camera for me. There we go. There we are. Hi, everybody. And can you make it full screen for me? Thank you. Hi, Emmy, Kate, Dean. Hey, sweetie. Nancy, Annalie, Henry, and Jess. That's a great cat picture. Thank you. Woo. There, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Yay. You're not hearing me. They're not hearing me. Sorry. It's very low. Crank it up. Here, say hi. And this one too. Okay? Hey, come say hi. Can you hear it now? Yeah.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Hi, Kate. Hi, Emmy. Oh, Dean, look at you. Misa, I need you back there.
Hey, Emmy. Hi, Kate. Dean, what are you doing at home? Hi. Annalie, Henry, Nancy, and Jess.
Hi. Okay. So I have to kick it back to Ken on stage. We love you. We'll see you in meet and greet after service. I will come back. Hi. Happy Sunday.
All right. Thank you, guys. For those of you online, it's so great to see you in our Zoom room. If you're watching this online on YouTube or on our website, you can also join the Zoom room for some interactive experience of the Sunday service. And I'm glad that you're all here, and there'll be more time for holiday after. I forgot to bring my clicker, but next slide. No, there's a, okay, never mind. 1 minute, I'll be right back. I'm leaving you. Let's go to this slide. All right. Woo. So my talk today is called Abundance Equals Change. Because of all the change in my life, the grief, the switching, the real drama that sometimes can bring, the grief, the sorrow, the loss, I've also had to step into that in those moments, there's an opportunity for growth. There's an opportunity to see it another way and to experience something bigger and greater. So what I wanted to talk to us about today was that we all fall down and we all get up. And we all experience loss and change, and we all have the opportunity to see it, respond to it, acknowledge it, the sorrow, the pain, the grief, and to grow, to transform into something else. Yesterday, Saturday, we watched a family say goodbye to their matriarch and watched all the family step up to be the matriarchs, the patriarchs, the leaders of the next generation. And that circle of life continues. So while it isn't always fun and certainly isn't always wanted, change is the only constant in life. And how we embrace that and how we move through it is incredibly important. So I picked a really fun song to change the mood here because I have little kids and they like watching these movies and they like watching these shows. And it reminds me of the joy that even in sorrow, even in grief, we can celebrate. So, Marcus.
I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. Lost to myself, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down, always hitting the ground, but I always get up and see what's next. Now listen. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. And nobody learns without getting it wrong. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end. Then I'll start again. I won't leave, I wanna try everything. I wanna try even though I can fail. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end. Then I'll start again. I won't leave, I wanna try everything. I wanna try even though I could fail. Try everything. Try everything. Try everything. Look how far you've come. You filled your heart with love. Baby, you've done enough. Take a deep breath. Don't beat yourself up. No need to run so fast. Sometimes we come last, but we did our best. I won't give up. I won't give in till I reach the end. Then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything. I wanna try even though I could fail. Come on, y'all. I won't give up till I reach the end. I wanna start again. I won't leave. I wanna try everything. I wanna try even if I fail. I won't give up. I won't give in till I reach the end. Then I'll start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything. Wanna try even though I could fail. Try everything. Try everything. Try everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Try everything. Yeah, yeah. Try everything. Try everything.
Hey! Marcus Beam! And our sounds of unity. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to change the energy because it just is part of the natural cycle of life. I mean, I grew up in New Orleans, right? And it explains a lot because we celebrated like this at funerals, right? And we partied, and we had food, and we shared. And there's lots of different ways to do it. There's no right or wrong. But there's something about that cultural phenomenon that is New Orleans, Louisiana, that shaped me and made me understand the joy of celebration in every situation. No matter what's going on, there's something of abundance to be celebrated. The abundance of love that the situation holds, that the family holds, that the possibility holds. And I know, if you're anything like me, that life has been constantly changing for the last couple of years. And the experiences we have are constantly shifting. So every moment is a possibility to stop fighting what is and celebrating what could be. Because when we resist reality, we lose. Only 100% of the time. Right? But we keep, as in our humanness, keep trying to make sense of our wanting to cling to something that is already left, right? And is already gone. And so we have this dance we do emotionally and spiritually around reality that sometimes, as the poem Elizabeth read earlier says, we take leave of our senses and enter this cold, dark cave, as typified by a butterfly in a cocoon. And we go into that goo, to that cold, dark cave, to be transformed. And part of the journey of the butterfly is that it must break out. And it must use its wings to break out of its chrysalis and come out the other side. Come out from being a caterpillar to being a beautiful butterfly. And there's studies that have shown that if you assist the butterfly and break open the chrysalis or cut it open, that the butterfly can't survive because its wings aren't strong enough for it to live and thrive. The struggle that we go through is part of the abundance. It's part of building the muscle for our own joyous and abundant lives. So I have been struggling, fighting, bargaining with myself all week to incorporate all the grief I'm feeling and to possibly even see the good that exists within it, the blessings that there are. And one of the ways that I do that is commitment. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago as I started this series. Having a North Star, having a goal in mind, having something that is more important than my personal story is so important for how I move through this. And I recommend that all of us, really daily, weekly, and definitely every year, recommit and re-examine what our goals are for this life. Because if you're here, not just physically here in the room or online, but if you're here on the planet, you're not done. You're not done contributing, you're not done participating, you're not done changing the world. We are here in these human bodies having this human experience so that we can learn and that we can make a difference. Your loving, your participation, your words can be the catalyst for someone else's life. So when you show up on Sunday, you think you're showing up for you, but you could be showing up for the person sitting next to you who needs your presence, your words, your kindness. You could be showing up for the person online who needs to know that this is truly a place they can come and be safe. If you can commit to something larger than yourself, something larger than your own personal experience, but to shifting the world one relationship at a time, all bets are off. But if we sit on the sidelines, waiting, withholding, judging, condemning, there's no possibility of that change arriving for us. We will just get more of what we've been experiencing. So I ask you, and I implore you, to spend time in your meditation, in your prayer, in your journaling, whatever your practice is, on your hikes, on the treadmill, to find out what it is you want to commit to as we come to the end of this year and into the next, what is it that you value and you want to put forth for all of us to see, know, and experience? Because if not today, when? When are we waiting to make this decision? When do we think it'll be time for us to show up? I think it's today. I think it has to be now. And in that, we get to level up. One of the gifts that Karen Ray, our dear friend who just made her transition, gifted me was a week, 9 days actually, studying with Byron Katie at the School for the Work. So I sat with a fellow group of 300 students and Byron Katie, all studying the work of Byron Katie. And it is all about how we shift our own belief in our victimhood, in our level of consciousness, to see the possibility in the situation, to see the opening, to stop fighting with reality. And as I talked about leveling up in a talk a couple weeks ago, it was about not playing the victim any longer, moving from victim consciousness to victor consciousness, into vessel consciousness, into verity consciousness. So let me give you a little bit of an overview of those levels of consciousness. Victim is, it's always happening to me. They said that to me. My boss fired me. They didn't care for me. And when we are in victim consciousness, we get sympathy and we get attention, but we make ourselves powerless. And it's a hypnotic pattern. We can see it easier in others. We all have friends who tell you how the world's against them, right? And we don't hear it in our own language as easily. But listen to the next person who tells you, I can't afford that. It's like, oh, okay. How about instead, I choose not to spend my money that way, right? Because I can't afford that is a consciousness that I don't have enough. Whereas if you shift it to understanding, I'm placing my resources on other things right now. It is a choice and an empowerment that moves you into victor consciousness, understanding that whatever the amount of resources that may be apparent to you at the moment, you can leverage them for something greater and for something truly meaningful for yourself. And victor consciousness is prevalent in unity because it's the I am consciousness. I am a divine child of God. I am strong and powerful. I am whole and healthy, and I can overcome anything that is in front of me. That consciousness, that superwoman, superman, Wakanda consciousness, right, can take us very far in life. But there's also a shift into vessel consciousness where we get to use, as one of my classmates pointed out to me recently, the Force. If you remember from the Star Wars movies, yeah? The Force is in everything around us. And when we use the Force, when we use the divine power in inanimate objects, in other people, in the whole planet and the universe itself, we are aligned with something greater than our own muscle, our own affirmation. So vessel consciousness is about using the Force. May the Force be with you. You might as well say, right? May God be with you. But it has more power for us culturally when we say the Force, because we understand it as this inanimate power. When we say God, sometimes we think of that old man in the sky, that, the Michelangelo God, or whatever God you grew up with as a child or came to understand as an adult. But that's not what we mean when we say God. We mean the Force, literally, the power that pervades everything, and that is here for us to use to manifest our life. And then finally, verity consciousness is the consciousness that knows I am one with that energy. That's Yoda. right? That's Yoda, doesn't think he's all that, but knows how to use all that. Now, we may be baby Yodas, right? But let's embrace our baby Yoda, right? And go into verity consciousness. Very odd that he's green as well, right? So Lucasfilms really knew what they were doing there. And all of a sudden, we can shift. So when we level up, when we commit and level up to seeing it and knowing it differently, there's the possibility of change and growth and to experience abundance, to experience something different. So we have to surrender. If you remember this talk, we really do have all that power within us. And we spend so much energy fighting what is when we could surrender to the flow of life and click our heels and go home to the center of the reality of who we are. How much time do we spend frustrated, angry, adrift, lonely, depressed, verklempt? Right? I love those Yiddish words. Right? Because we don't remember the truth that we have the power within us. If we surrender to what is, we can move through it and experience the joy, the bliss, the abundance on the other side. Eckhart Tolle said it this way in New Heaven, New Earth, his book, New Earth. He said, yeah, if you're stuck in the mud, the only way out is to admit you're stuck in the mud. Standing there in the mud isn't going to get you out. And my favorite experience of that is a joke, is a minister's joke, because here you get it, you get the minister's joke today. Is there 3 people who find themselves in hell, that literal hell we don't believe in, but for the joke, they're in hell. It's a rabbi, a priest, and a unity minister are in hell. And the rabbi is over in the corner there saying, "Oy vey, I don't know what I did wrong. God, this is such torture. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything I did." And the priest is over in the other corner going, "Oh my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all of my sins because of thy just punishment." Right? And the unity minister is back in the other corner going, "It's not hot and I'm not here. It's not hot and I'm not here." Right? Trying to use our affirmations to deny reality doesn't help, folks. We need to admit we're in the mud. And then we can start to work our way out of it. Empower ourselves to see it, know it, and experiencing it differently. And one of my favorite quotes comes out of this, is right doors open easily. Right? John Randolph Price. How many time do we spend trying to knock down doors that don't want to open for us? When the universe has unlimited ways of fulfilling our dreams, our goals, our desires. But we say, no, it has to be that one door. It needs to open, right? That's the one. I'll be happy when. I'll be satisfied when. I'll be able to do all those things when. There is no when. It's now. It's absolutely now when we surrender to what is and use it to launch us to the next step. And in that, we have to forgive. We have to forgive others for everything they've done. We have to forgive them finally for everything we've held them account to. We have to forgive them for what they did that disappointed us. Then we have to forgive ourselves for even thinking that they could be something other than they weren't. Can we be something that we're not? But we hold other people to that standard. So we have to forgive finally so that we can be free. We have to forgive finally so that we can experience the good of life. We have to forgive finally for good, not going back to it, not revisiting the drama and the trauma. That's why we sang I Release today. We have to forgive so that we can set ourselves free. We have to forgive so that we're not tied to an incomplete and unsatisfying past. Holding on to a resentment is wishing for a different past. And the only way to actually have a different past is to move forward with love. Holding resentment won't make the past better. Loving today will. Loving today and seeing it differently today changes the past. It's true, right? Loving today changes the past because it changes who? Us. We're the ones carrying the past forward. So when we love today, we literally change the past. But if you won't love, you get to keep what you don't like. Only taken me all these decades to figure that one out. And now I get to practice it. We get to practice it, right? And then the next step, the last step that I want to talk to us about today is owning our spiritual gifts. You know, there's a lot of releasing and forgiving of what we didn't do right. But taking our positive inventory, as we talked about last week, is so important. Knowing what we bring to the table, knowing our true gifts, is instrumental in us being able to transform the world, right? If I did not step up and do the uncomfortable things, I wouldn't be able to serve. So I know many of you always try to step through those difficult feelings, those things that you don't want to do. But I want to explain, if I can, put words around it, how when we do, we actually liberate the whole world. I said to several people yesterday morning as I was preparing for the memorial service, I don't want to be here. And that was absolutely true. I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to be the minister for that amount of public grieving. But I was willing to. I was willing to use my skills, to use my abilities, and to use my talents to facilitate grief and healing for other people. And because I was willing, I was changed. Yeah, I left exhausted. Yes, I had to take a nap after it. Yes, I did self-care. But what we do when we step out of our comfort zones and help others just by showing up, like everyone in the room and in the Zoom room and online here right now, are showing up for other people. And when we do that, when we build community like that, and we create public spaces for our gifts to be shared, we're healed a little bit more. We're healed that much more so that we can experience something else. So that we can go to the party after the funeral and dance and laugh and tell more stories. Then we can move on with our lives, bringing those people, those situations with us. And it's not all about transitions, although that's what I'm in this week. Also, there's some things in my life that I've lost that I'm still grieving, that have nothing to do with other people, that have to do with my persona and my understanding of who I am. And to really shift, I've got to let them go. To be bigger than I am today, I have to acknowledge, oh, I got attached to that role, that title, that experience, that adulation, that public facade, and own that. Our egos are necessary to live here on the planet. They are, absolutely. But what I'm talking about isn't ego-driven and isn't ego-attached. What I'm talking about us doing is owning our spiritual gifts that are freely given without expectation of return. And so there's this beautiful dance we get to do. We get to be spiritual beings with all these amazing spiritual gifts in these human bodies. And we get to see where one of them disappears or something shifts in our lives and see where we've gotten attached to the way things have been. Spiritual bypassing is a term that I love, and I've been dancing with it recently too. It means pretending to be more spiritually advanced than you are. And us Unity people use it often like to. It's all good. It's all good. It's right. I know God has something great for me. I can't wait to see what shows up. When inside we're crying, right? If we're here in this human body and this human experience, our job is to honor that human experience, is to give it the time and the space it needs so that our spiritual gifts can arrive uncluttered by ego and expectation. Our spiritual gifts can be given freely. Our spiritual gifts can be given without attachment. Because if gift comes with attachment, they're not really great gifts, are they? I'll do this for you if you do this for me. The quid pro quo of spiritual giving is less than fulfilling. Let's just put it that way. To receive or to give. So I invite us now to experience the abundance of the butterfly. Whatever it is we need to release and let go on this journey, whatever persons or situations we're grieving, to feel them, to not squelch it, to feel them so that we can, like the butterfly, break out of the chrysalis, transform in the goo, and fly, and fly. We sang this song. I'm going to have Marcus come up and sing it for us at Karen's memorial yesterday too. And it's one we've used for many years to talk about who we truly are. Letting go of the attachment to the physical, to the personal, and shifting into the spiritual beings we're here to be. I invite you to get comfortable, to let the chair and the floor hold you, and to let these words form you.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am not mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. And I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am soul inside is all light.
Light, all light. I invite you right now in this safe place to notice where that light you are is feeling constrained or hurt, even wounded. Where the light you are is feeling hampered. And to allow that feeling of pain, personal pain, to be present in your mind. Don't judge it. Wipe it away. Feel the truth of your human journey. Love it like you would love a little baby crying over an accident, fall, a stumble. That's what it is. It is our little one crying, see me, know me, honor me, love me, right here and right now. Love yourself wholly, fully, intimately. Love, love, love that you're willing to be that vulnerable, to allow your hurts to be seen and held, to allow the pain to be processed. Here, right now, in the silence. And from that place, feel yourself soaring, leaving behind the wound and taking with you the knowledge of how precious you are, how honored you have been. From that place, see what is willing and ready to bloom from within you, to see where the light wants to shine, where your true being wants to be known. The wholeness of who you are is ready to shine and experience the abundance of life itself. The wholeness of this human experience and the peace that passes all understanding. You are one with the divine. There is no separation between you and life itself. We open ourselves to experiencing everything, soaring through this day, this moment, this experience we call our lives.
I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, shining peace over it all. I am love. I am
We take this moment to celebrate the truth of who we are. We take this moment to celebrate all that can be.
I am light.
Whole and holy.
I am light.
Peaceful and powerful.
You are light.
Giving, loving, and compassionate.
You are light.
Wise, intelligent, and crystallized.
We are light.
Powerful, healing, life-giving light.
We are light.
So it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Okay, that was yummy. I love the authenticity of the leadership here at Unity San Francisco. Could you feel that we went deeper because he needed to go deeper? So let's take that into our week. That spiritual, that physical, mental, emotional reinforcement, rebuilding, rekindling, reaffirming, reconnection, rebirth, review. And the way we can do that is on the back of your spiritual connection card. We have some spiritual practices. If you're on our website, there's a link. If you're on YouTube, or if you're actually on YouTube or Facebook, there will be a link dropped into the chat. But these spiritual practices are ways for you to reinforce whatever's been stirred up for you, whatever deepening you have kind of connected with today's service. So this week you might choose to embrace and welcome change. Let's say that again. Welcome change. Right? You might commit to a higher good. I will say this. Karen Ray, for those of you who did not know her, Karen Ray was a force on this planet, a force of love. The stories that were shared about her make you wonder what you're doing with your life. So can you commit to that? Can you commit to being bigger, playing bigger, showing up bigger than you are? Can you finally forgive? That one's mine. I'm still telling stories from when I was 8. Because they're good stories, right? They're identifying. This is my development. This is my vindication. I really wanted that doll. She told me no. Can you let those stories go? Because those stories are stopping you from leveling up. So you potentially are blocking your own blessing, if I'm going to retreat into birth tradition language. Holding on to resentments, holding on to hurt, hurts you. So again, we have these spiritual practices. There's also space where you can write in your own. If there's something that is adjacent to what we've brought up, you want to make sure you affirm that for yourself, please do that. We have ushers waiting, and I say ushers, but I mean board people and wonderful volunteers from the community who are going to be passing through the aisles shortly that will collect those. And let's talk about time, talent, and treasure. I don't know if Ken is going to speak on this, but there are people within our community who help to develop our community. And the way that they do that is they donate their time, their talent, and their treasure. So let's break that down. Time, these are people who come early on Sundays and help fold programs. These are people who come to help set up for hospitality. These are people who come when we have special services like our Easter service or our Christmas service. They come and help decorate. They come and help create little flower bouquets so that our beautiful wreaths can turn into works of art before our eyes. That's time. Talent. A lot of people have a very linear understanding of what talent is. I am a singer. I stand in that truth. I'm a singer. I can sing a little bit. That's a talent. But you know what else I can do? I'm pretty good with Excel. You know, I kind of know Microsoft Office just a little bit. That's a talent. Are you someone who is really good at talking to people? We have openings on our greeter team. Can you cook? We have openings for hospitality. That's time. Treasure. People tend to balk at that one. They're like, ooh, they trying to get in my pocket. Money. Let's talk about money. It takes money for the lights to stay on. It takes money for us to have a safe, well-ventilated space so that we don't get sick. It takes money to keep this 100-year-old building from falling apart around our ears. And it has taken money for us to be able to still be here 103 years straight. People who came before us thought enough of our family to help keep our lights on in our house. And that's how I look at it. You know how you go to your grandmother's house and they make dinner and you put a little something on the dinner because you didn't have time, but you might chip in $20. It costs money. It's a simple fact of this human existence in this planet. I wish everything was free. Life would be so much easier. So I'm going to ask of you, is there some way you can help us keep the lights on? Or better yet, improve the experience. We had a member from our virtual community, Mark Lott. He came, and he and his wife joined during COVID. The only experience they had was a virtual one. And I love Mark because what he said was, I have always enjoyed the service online, but it's nothing like being in the room. That's a deficit of our technology. We can fix that. We're actively working to fix that. Because those of us who have weathered COVID, wouldn't it be nice to have had this experience from your living room? Or if you're like me, from your bed? So there's several different ways you can donate. You can text Unity SF 44321. You can click on the offering button on our website. You can put cash in your, from out of your pocket. You go into your wallet, you pull that cash out, you stick it in a basket that's going to come around the room. You can write your credit card information on the back of an envelope. We will take your money. You could also write a check and send it to 240 Page Street, San Francisco, California, 94102. All right? Okay. We have an affirmation. And I think most of you who know me know that I am a big fan of conviction. I give with abundant love and joy to my family. You're my family. And I got to tell you, they tried to poach me yesterday, and my family stood up for me and was like, no! I give for my family. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to say it once. I want you to repeat it like you mean it. And we're going to speak with conviction. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I more than receive. Can you know that with me? I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I more than receive. And so it is.
And so it is.
My
Thank
big
you.
brother now.
Yeah, so my sister. Mwah. Thank you. I am teaching a class. For those of you who are new to Unity or new to me, I'm a Bible geek. You don't hear me talk about it much on platform, but I love some of the realities of the Bible. So, like, we're going to teach this class. It's called the Birth Narratives class. It's about the stories of Jesus. I'm going to teach it on the 27th.
Am I on? Can you hear me? It's working? Okay. So on the 27th from 1 to 3 in person here and on Zoom. It'll be on both. But do you know which book of the Bible Jesus was born in a stable? Well, according to the book of the Bible, there's only one. Did you know that in another book of the Bible that Jesus is born in a house? Did you know that in one of the books of the Bible, they don't even mention that Jesus is born at all? Actually, 2. There is no birth narrative. And does anybody know which book of the Bible the little drummer boy shows up in? That answer is none. It's a song. So that was a trick question. But that's what we're going to have fun with and look at what was written in the Bible and what we think we know about it as we look at the birth narratives from Scripture. All right? So it's going to be a fun, interactive class for 2 hours on the 27th. Then on December 11th,
woohoo! We're having a holiday party.
Hey! So everybody planned to be here in person. All of you online, fly in.
We love you. Please come.
Please come.
Please come. So we'll have food, drink, a toy drive, and auction. It's all being handled by our lovely, fascinating, amazing board. So please, let's give them a round of applause.
Yay!
But it's an opportunity for us to lean in and talk about our holiday traditions, whether it's celebration of Hanukkah, celebration of Kwanzaa, celebration of Christmas, celebration of Merry Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmaka, or Festivus for the rest of us. It's an opportunity for us to get together because we need an excuse this time of year.
All right, so we're going to leave the children downstairs today and bless them from afar because...
But they're beautiful.
Yeah, because we're running a little long, but they're beautiful. So also, they're part of the journey we're here for, right? Our inner child and the children of this planet are what we do all of this for. Make this world a better place. So this is the affirmation. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. And if you didn't hear that growing up as a child, hear it from me today. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. So it is. Prayer chaplains are here after service all around the room for one-on-one prayer. So if you have something you want to leave here or something you want to celebrate here, please see the prayer chaplains. They're wearing the white stalls. They'll be here. If you're online and want a prayer request, please click the button on our website and send in a prayer request. We'd be delighted to pray with you. Thank you to everybody who made the service possible. That's our AV team back there, guys. Woo! Our ushers and greeters, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our hospitality team and our music team. Woo! Phenomenal, right? So let's all stand as we're willing and able. I'm going to take this away. You're going to go sing. Stand as we're willing and able and make a joyful noise for our closing song, Bet on It. All right.
Everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. I wanna listen to my own heart talking. I need to count on myself instead.
Did you ever?
Lose yourself to get what you want.
Did you ever?
Get on a ride and wanna get off.
Did you ever?
Push away who you should have held close. Did you ever let go? Did you ever not know? I'm not gonna stop. That's who I am. I'll give it all I got. That is my plan. Will I find what I lost? You know you can. Bet on it, bet on it. Bet on me, I wanna make it right. That is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I somebody who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. How will I know if there's a path worth taking? Should I question every move I make? With all I've lost, my heart is breaking, and I don't wanna make the same mistakes.
Did you ever?
Doubt your dreams. not recognize your face. Out on your own, it's such a scary place. Ooh, the answers are all inside of me. All I gotta do is believe. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. That's who I am, that is my plan. Will I end up on top? You can't bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on you can bet on it, bet on me. I wanna make it right. That is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I somebody who means what I say? Bet on it. You can bet on me. High School Musical 3 brings us our spiritual lessons today.
The spiritual lessons of Zac Efron.
Spiritual lessons of Zac Efron.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy
I'm so glad you're
Sunday.
here. I'll see you downstairs for hospitality.
Spiritual. High School